The rain pounded against the hospital window, a steady rhythm matching the hollow ache in Liam's chest. His fists clenched tightly, nails biting into his palms as the heart monitor's long, piercing beep signaled the end. His world shattered. "I'm sorry, Liam," whispered the nurse, her touch light on his shoulder. But her words felt distant, drowned by the storm raging inside him. His mother, Sarah, the only family he'd ever known, was gone. Liam's breath caught, his vision blurring with tears. She was supposed to fight. She was supposed to stay. In his trembling hands, he gripped her final letter, a single sentence that cracked his reality apart. "If you want the truth, find Ethan Monroe." Ethan Monroe, a name that meant nothing or everything, a stranger, or worse, a father who had chosen absence. Fury surged, raw and consuming. "Why didn't you ever tell me?" His voice shattered the silence, but the room, empty and cold, offered no answers. The funeral passed in a blur. Faces he barely recognized, hollow condolences, and the crushing weight of loneliness. Yet, through the fog of grief, one thing was clear. He had to find Ethan Monroe. Would this man acknowledge him, explain his absence, or slam the door on a son he never wanted? No turning back. The truth awaited, hidden beyond the storm. Want to know what happens when Liam confronts Ethan? Hit like, share, and subscribe. The old pickup truck rattled along the cracked driveway, its tires crunching over fallen leaves. Liam's eyes locked on the weathered house ahead, 2 stories of peeling paint and broken shutters, standing against a backdrop of towering pines. The place felt cold, forgotten like its owner. The door creaked open. A tall, broad-shouldered man stepped out. Ethan Monroe. His face, lined with years and hardship, froze for a moment when his eyes met Liam's. "So, you're Liam." Ethan's voice was deep, cautious. Liam's jaw clenched. "Guess so." Behind Ethan, another figure appeared, a man with soft eyes and a warm smile. "I'm Daniel," he introduced himself. "It's good to meet you, Liam." Liam's stomach twisted. He hadn't expected this. 2 dads. His pulse quickened with confusion and discomfort. Inside, the house smelled of wood smoke and coffee. Photographs lined the walls, Ethan and Daniel on vacations, smiling, happy. But there were no pictures of his mother, and certainly none of him. "So," Ethan broke the silence, "your room's upstairs, second door on the left." Liam's eyes narrowed. "You're not gonna ask anything? Where I've been, how I feel?" His voice dripped with defiance. Ethan's jaw tightened. "You've had a rough day. We'll talk when you're ready." But Liam wasn't ready. Not for this place. Not for these people. The next morning, the tension boiled over at breakfast. "Liam," Daniel said gently, "how about we sign you up for school this week?" Liam's fork hit the plate with a clang. "School? Like everything's normal? My mom died 5 minutes ago and you think I care about algebra?" Daniel's face fell. Ethan's eyes flashed. "Watch your tone," he warned. Liam's fists curled. "You can't just act like you're my dad. You don't even know me." Ethan's voice turned cold. "Then let me." But Liam pushed back from the table and stormed out the door. Outside, he gasped in the crisp air, his chest heaving. The wind carried Daniel's voice from inside. "Ethan, give him time." "I don't have time," Ethan replied, his voice raw. "He already hates me." But through the wall, Liam heard it. And for a flicker of a second, he wasn't so sure. The autumn wind whipped through the trees as Liam sat on the porch steps, knees hugged to his chest. Inside, the muffled hum of a tense conversation filtered through the window. "Ethan," Daniel's voice strained but steady. "We need to give him space." "I am giving him space," Ethan snapped, his voice sharp. "But space isn't going to fix this." Liam's stomach twisted. They were arguing about him. The next morning, school felt like a battlefield. Whispers followed him through the hallways. He barely made it to his locker when a voice called out, dripping with sarcasm. "Hey, Monroe, how's life with your 2 dads?" Liam's fists clenched. but he bit his tongue and slammed his locker shut. Fighting wouldn't help. It never did. That evening, Ethan tried to break the silence. "How was school?" "Fine," Liam muttered, eyes on his phone. Daniel attempted a lighter approach. "We're making spaghetti tonight. You like spaghetti?" "Yeah," Liam replied flatly, "but I liked it more when Mom made it." The sting in his words hit harder than he intended. Ethan's face darkened. "Don't talk to him like that." Liam's voice rose, his frustration bubbling over. "Like what? Like someone who just lost his real family?" The room froze. Daniel's eyes flicked to Ethan, whose expression hardened like stone. "You think this is easy for us, Liam? We're trying." Liam stood abruptly, his chair screeching against the floor. "Yeah? Well, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for you." The slam of his bedroom door shook the walls. Hours passed, and in the dead of night, soft knocks tapped against Liam's door. It opened a crack and Daniel's voice slipped through. "You're not alone, Liam. We're here. If you want us to be." Liam lay in silence, the ache in his chest heavier than ever. He hated the chaos, the loss, but most of all, he hated that a part of him wanted to believe Daniel. The morning air felt thick, heavy with the weight of unspoken words. Downstairs, the faint clatter of pans and muffled conversation bled through the floorboards. But Liam stayed in his room, hoping the world outside would disappear. The peace didn't last. A sharp knock, then Ethan's voice, low but firm. "Liam, we need to talk." The tension in the kitchen was suffocating. Ethan's arms were crossed. Daniel stood close but silent, his face tight with concern. "You've been skipping school?" Ethan's voice had an edge. "Care to explain?" Liam's eyes flashed. "What's there to explain? Kids love reminding me that I'm the freak with two dads." Ethan's fists curled on the table. "You think running solves that?" Liam's voice cracked. "You don't get it. You drop me in this life like I'm supposed to, just accept it." The air pulsed with heat. Daniel, usually the peacemaker, spoke softly but firmly. "Liam, we're on your side." "No." Liam's voice rose, trembling with anger and hurt. "You're on his side. I didn't lose just my mom, I lost my whole life. And I got this instead." He gestured wildly around. "A family I never asked for." Ethan's voice turned cold. Controlled. "That's enough." But Liam couldn't stop. "You can't fix this with rules and threats. You're not my dad." The silence hit harder than any scream. Ethan's jaw locked, but his eyes burned with something raw and breaking. "Then what am I?" "Liam?" he demanded, his voice cracking. "A stranger? A mistake?" Liam's chest heaved. The words teetered on the edge of his tongue, words he wasn't ready to say. So he ran. The door slammed behind him. Shaking the frame, night fell, and with it, a storm. The wind howled. Rain lashed against the windows. Hours passed, and panic set in. "Ethan." Daniel's voice shook. "He's not back." Ethan's keys were already in his hand. "I'll find him." The park was empty, drowning in rain and shadows. And there, huddled beneath the old pavilion, was Liam. Soaked, shivering, and alone. Ethan approached slowly, his voice softer than it had been all day. "Liam." Liam's voice was small, fragile. "I didn't mean it." Ethan knelt, rain streaming down his face. "Neither did I." He paused, voice breaking. "I know you're angry, and you have every right to be. But I'm here. I'll be here, even when you hate me." Liam's lips trembled. "I don't know how to do this. How to be your son." "You don't have to know," Ethan said, his voice raw with emotion. "We'll figure it out. Together." For the first time, Liam didn't pull away when Ethan wrapped his arms around him. The storm still raged around them, but inside, something cracked open. Something. That felt like hope. The house felt different the morning after the storm. Quiet, but not the cold silence of anger. Something uneasy lingered in the air. Liam shuffled into the kitchen, his hoodie still damp from the night before. Ethan and Daniel sat at the table, their coffee cups untouched. Ethan spoke first. "Liam, we need to talk. About everything." Liam stiffened, his heart pounding. "Everything?" Daniel's voice was soft but firm. "About your mom, and why you didn't know about us." The words hit like a jolt. "Why now?" Liam's voice trembled with suspicion. "Because I ran off?" Ethan's gaze met his. "No, because you deserve the truth." The air felt thick as Ethan began. "Your mother. She wanted to protect you from the world's judgment. When I told her about who I was, she was scared. Scared you'd be hurt because of me. So, she made a choice to keep us apart." Liam's fist tightened. "So, she lied. To both of us." Daniel added softly. "She didn't lie. She loved you. And she thought. That was the best way." The room was a battlefield of truths and wounds. Liam's voice broke. "So, I was never enough for her to trust me with the truth?" Ethan's voice cracked. "No, Liam, I wasn't enough for her to believe I could be your father." The confession struck deep. For a moment, no one spoke. The fractures were raw, exposed, too wide to bridge with words alone. The front doorbell shattered the tension. Ethan opened it to find a figure from his past, Terry, his estranged sister, holding a casserole and a guarded smile. "Thought I'd stop by?" she said cautiously. "Family should show up." Liam watched the exchange from the hallway, sensing a new tension. Ethan's voice was tight. "You haven't been here in years." Terry's eyes flicked to Liam. "And whose fault is that?" The unspoken accusation lingered, judgment Ethan had carried for years. But Liam's voice, firm and clear, broke through. "Don't blame him. You weren't here. I was." Terry blinked, taken aback. The boy's words carried the weight of a family fractured, yet fighting to stand together. That night, Liam sat beside Ethan on the porch. "You never told me you had a sister." Ethan's voice was low. "She didn't agree with my life. With having a family like ours." Liam paused, then asked, "So why let her back in?" Ethan's answer was soft but certain. "Because people can change. And family's worth trying for." Liam's chest ached, but something inside him shifted. "Then, I guess I can try, too." Ethan smiled, the cracks between them still visible, but healing. A storm may break a family apart, but sometimes it's the wreckage that brings them closer. The air felt heavier than the clouds rolling in over the trees. Inside the house, the fragile truce between Liam, Ethan, and Daniel hung by a thread. The recent confrontation with Terry had opened old wounds, and some had yet to bleed. The front door slammed, and Liam's voice cut through the quiet. "So, what now? You let her walk back in like nothing happened?" Ethan's eyes darkened. "It's not that simple, Liam." Liam's fists clenched. "She judged you. She abandoned you. And now she gets a seat at the table?" Daniel, his voice soft but firm, stepped in. "Liam, sometimes the hardest thing isn't walking away. It's letting someone try again." Liam shook his head. "Try again? She didn't even try the first time." His voice cracked with something deeper, something raw. Ethan's eyes searched his son's face. "This isn't just about her, is it?" That night, the storm broke. Wind howled against the windows as Liam sat alone in his room, his mother's old photo clutched in his hands. The ache in his chest, the confusion, the resentment, felt like it was swallowing him whole. The door creaked open. Ethan stood there, hesitation in his eyes. "Can we talk?" Liam didn't reply, but he didn't stop him either. Ethan sat on the edge of the bed, his voice low and heavy with truth. "Terry, she wasn't just angry because I was gay. She was angry because when I came out, I walked away from her. Too, I thought I was protecting myself, but I was also running." Liam's voice was tight. "So, you ran from her. You ran from me. You're just a runner." Ethan's face softened, but his voice was unflinching. "I ran, but I came back, Liam, and I won't run from you. Not now. Not ever." Suddenly, The doorbell rang, a harsh jolt through the tension. Ethan frowned. "It's late." At the door stood Terry, her face troubled. She held a small box. I found this in Mom and Dad's things. I think it belongs to Liam." Liam took the box, his heart pounding. Inside was a bundle of letters from Ethan to his son. Letters his mother had kept but never delivered. Hands trembling, he opened one. Ethan's words, scrawled but full of raw heartache, filled the page. "I'm sorry I'm not there, but I hope one day you'll know. I never stopped wanting to be." The paper shook as Liam's tears blurred the ink. His voice, small but cracked open, whispered, "She kept these from me." Terry's face softened, her walls cracking. "Too. We all made mistakes. Liam, and I'm sorry for mine." Liam's chest ached with a chaos he couldn't untangle. Anger, sadness, and something he feared most, understanding. That night, the three of them, Liam, Ethan, and Daniel, sat on the couch. The letters spread between them like broken pieces of time. No one rushed to fill the silence. Some wounds weren't meant to be fixed in a moment. But when Ethan's hand rested lightly on his son's, Liam didn't pull away. The shadows of the past had surfaced, but so had something new, a choice, to carry the weight alone or to share it. The hardest part wasn't forgiving them. It was allowing himself to belong. The autumn sun bathed the house in a soft, golden glow, a warmth that hadn't touched these walls in a long time. But peace is fragile, and some truths don't knock before entering. The doorbell rang. Ethan, wiping his hands from gardening, opened it. Standing before him was a young woman, her face etched with hesitation and something else, determination. "Hi, I'm Claire." She faltered, her eyes flicking past Ethan to Liam, who had just entered the hallway. "I've been looking for you." Liam's brow furrowed. "Me?" Claire's voice wavered. "Yes, I think you're my brother." The room froze. The world seemed to narrow to the space between them. Liam's voice, sharp with confusion. What are you talking about?" Claire's eyes softened with sadness. "I was adopted. I've been searching for my birth family for years. Your mom, Sarah, she was my mother too." Ethan's face drained of color. That's not possible." Sarah never..." Claire, her hands trembling, pulled a document from her bag. She was young. She wasn't ready. She chose adoption, but she left a letter. I found it when I turned 18. It mentioned you. Liam, her son. Liam's hands shook as he took the paper. His eyes scanned the familiar, slanted handwriting, the same handwriting from every note his mother had left him. "To the child I couldn't keep and the child I never left, you are both my heart. I chose differently, but never chose apart. I only hope, one day, you'll find each other and know you were both always family." Liam's voice cracked, barely above a whisper. She never told me." Ethan's eyes, wide with guilt and disbelief. "She never told me either." Claire's voice, gentle but raw. "I only found you because of a DNA match. I was terrified to come here, but I had to know you." Silence swallowed the room. Then Liam's voice, thick with emotion and confusion. "So, you're telling me I have a sister, a whole sister, and nobody told me?" His voice rose, his grief crashing into the betrayal. "First my dad, now my mom. What else didn't I know?" Ethan stepped forward, his voice raw. "Liam, I didn't know. But listen to me. This doesn't change that we're here. Right here. Together." Liam's chest heaved, his fist clenched. "Together? This family isn't together. It's just one lie after another." He turned, his voice cracking. "I don't even know who I am anymore." A soft voice cut through his spiral. "I know how that feels," Claire said, her voice trembling but steady. "I spent my whole life wondering who I belonged to, wondering if the people I came from would want me. And I'm standing here, Liam, because I want you. I want a brother." Liam's eyes, burning and lost, met hers. "I didn't ask for a sister." Claire, a flicker of a smile through her tears. "Yeah? Well, I didn't ask for a brother. either. But here we are. Ethan, his voice breaking, stepped beside them. Liam, you don't have to choose between us. You don't lose us by letting her in. Family gets to grow. Liam's breath shuddered, his heart pounding against a wall he wasn't sure he could break. But his mother's words, the words she never got to say, echoed in the space between them. You were both always family. And then Liam's voice, small, fragile, but reaching. So what do we do now? Claire's voice, soft with hope. We try. The three of them stood, the cracks between them wide, but the bridge just barely forming. A family, not in blood or perfection, but in choice. And in the heart of it all, Liam, no longer just a son, but a brother. But some choices don't end the story. They only open the next chapter. And sometimes, when you choose family, family chooses you back. The late autumn sky glowed amber as the sun dipped low. The Monroe house, once a battlefield of silence and regret, felt different now. Not perfect, but warmer. In the backyard, Liam sat cross-legged with Claire, sorting through the letters their mother left behind. Some made them smile, others made them ache. But each one brought them closer to the woman who had loved them both, even from different distances. Claire nudged Liam. So, you stuck with me now. Regrets? Liam smirked. Ask me in 20 years. Inside, Ethan watched them through the window, his heart tight with something he hadn't dared hope for. Peace. Daniel joined him, placing a reassuring hand on his back. They're finding their way. Ethan's voice was soft. Yeah, we all are. The next day, they gathered in front of a weathered gravestone, Sarah Monroe. The wind carried their words softly to the sky. Liam, his voice clear but tender. Mom, you weren't perfect. But neither are we. And that's okay. We're family. Messy, complicated, but family. He placed a photo, all four of them together, beside the flowers. I think you'd like this family. Mom, it's the one you started. Seasons passed. Liam played basketball while Ethan cheered too loudly. Claire taught Daniel how to win at Scrabble. He still lost. And on weekends, they all sat for family movie nights, each choosing the film, each complaining about the other's choice. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't supposed to be. It was theirs. On a quiet evening, Liam looked up from his homework and said to Ethan, almost casually, Hey, Dad, can you help me with this? The word Dad landed softly, but it shook something deep inside Ethan. He paused, his voice rough. Yeah, son, always. The end and the beginning. Now, it's your turn. Viewers, what does family mean to you? Is it blood, choice, or something in between? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you've been moved by this journey, don't forget to like this video to support our channel, share it with someone who might need this story, and subscribe for more heartfelt stories that connect us all. Thank you for being part of this family. See you in the next story.